Well, my daughter was in eighth grade when she first started having severe anxiety issues.
Oh boy, we were in a real state.
Well, life was difficult.
My daughter was just riddled with anxiety.
And suffice it to say that, every day was an adventure.
We weren't sure what it was, and it was difficult for him to play sports.
Never really knew whether she was going to get out of bed or off the sofa.
That was the most difficult time in all of our lives.
Those situations really made it hard for him to, get through daily life.
I sought so much help for her. Therapists, psychiatrists. We tried holistic things like acupuncture and all of that.
One of her therapists, about a month after she got home, said, "You know what? We need to do something different here. There's this thing called exposure therapy."
And we contacted the school.
I saw your website and I, read all the material I could.
Mountain Valley was going to be a good transitional home for him to get him back on his feet. And there's nothing he wanted to do more than get back on his feet.
And within a few days, we were on your doorstep.
The therapist checked Mountain Valley out, said, "Give it a go." We were up at Mountain Valley Friday, and the cure began.
It happened fairly quickly, and that was actually quite helpful to not have a long time to be worried about it.
So my daughter did develop a very special relationship with her therapist. I think part of that was the automatic earned trust, because the therapist had gone to college and bailed out within 3 months.
And she was just right for my daughter. She just really got her right away.
And it was especially helpful for my daughter to know this person has been where I've been.
And her peers were probably the most critical part of her recovery.
I think there's a ton of empathy amongst all of the students at Mountain Valley, because they all know they're there fighting with something, and they all know they're there trying to get better.
Not only did they make her feel like she wasn't the only one in the world who had this problem, that was actually the point, was to have peers to both support you but challenge you. They were a very powerful part of the healing process.
If you haven't been to Mountain Valley, you may not understand this, but they actually have a graduation, which is actually a wonderful occasion.
Each student spoke about each student that was leaving, and they all had wonderful anecdotes, funny, positive things to say, and we're very proud of their fellow student for getting through and having the opportunity to leave. Big hugs and tears to all the therapists there that took care of them, from the chef to everybody that worked in the school. It was really impressive. My wife and I were in tears as well.
Because of Mountain Valley and all of the treatment that they did with her, she had choice back in her life, meaning that her anxiety was not forcing the choices that she was making in life, that she was now able to make the decisions that she wanted to make.
Since leaving Mountain Valley, has experienced some moments of anxiety, and I've been with him for some, and I've heard him explain others to me, and he knows how to move through them now.
And that sense of freedom that was obvious for us to see in her was nothing less than a miracle.
It was definitely a leap of faith, absolutely a leap of faith, but it was a very good one.
Peter, any advice to perspective?
I would say do it. Unfortunately, Mountain Valley is probably not the first stop most parents with the children with anxiety make, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be the last stop.